In this video, I'm going to show you guys the breakdown of the trade I took as of last week. So the trade I took as of last week, I made about $123 in 2 single trade. So in this video, I'm going to show you guys the breakdown of how I entered the trade, when I set the trade out to my community on Telegram, and when it plays out, and the results after every single one of them. So I'm going to show you guys every single thing on this video. So we're about to drop into it. I kindly encourage you to click on the like button, subscribe to this channel for next time. So now let's get into it. Alright guys, this is a simple trade recap of my trade last week and what makes me to take this trade and how much I made from this trade. So this is just the first trade. This one here is the first trade. Then this is the second trade. This third one, I actually did not take it, but I closed it here. So let me show you guys the breakdown. You can see that the market is moving in an uptrend, which signifies to us that it is a good and a flexible opportunities to buy. Alright, so we should be looking for opportunities to buy, but we are not just going to be buying like without any confirmation. Alright, we need to have our confirmation first before we buy. So now let me show you guys the setup that I had. So this I think it was on Tuesday. Yes, price was moving in an uptrend, breaking the highs, then it changed character here, signifies to us that the market is about to go bullish. So I mapped it here as a change of character. So now what's my setup? My setup is simply, after a change of character, I want to see a valid break of structure. What is a valid break of structure? When market break the high and come back to the 50% or sweep this low. So let me just map it out so you understand what I'm trying to say. So you see, this is a high, this is a low. So market sweep this low and come to break above. So for me, if you are trading the 360 Pro strategy, this is said to be a valid BOS. So that is for one. The second is when market is moving in an uptrend, something like this, then it breaks this high and come back to the 50% level and break this high again. So this recent high here is said to be a valid BOS. Alright, so that's simply what I look for after market gave me a market structure shift. So now let's analyze. You see, price went up, pull back, went up again. Let me show you guys. Price rally up, pulls back, break this high, could not break this high but rejected, then finally broke the high. Alright, then comes to the 50% level and break this high again. You see, price was not able to break this high. All it did here, it was a weak rejection. You see, this was a weak rejection. So it pushed back down again. Then it came to break this high here. So this is a valid BOS. Alright, so this is a valid BOS. The price pulls back again to sweep this low. It swept this low and broke above. Alright, but if you check well, as far this one here is not a valid BOS, let me show you. Means price did not let me show you. As far price did not break this high, did not close above this high. So this is not a low. This low right here is not valid. So even if price swept this low, we're not going to count it as a sweep. Alright, so we are just going to measure, we're just going to check from this low. Alright, so if you check from this low to this high, you see that price came to the 50%. So where is the 50%? Here is the 50% of this whole move. So price came to the 50%. So which of them is this? Which setup is this? is this one. So that is a valid BOS for me. When price break the high, then come back to the 50% or sweep the recent low and close above. So here is not going to be a valid BOS for me. So you see price broke this place. It's going to be my valid BOS. So now, what next? I'm coming, let me just delete this so the chart won't look messy. And just delete this. Alright, so what next? The next thing to do is to check for the retest. Alright, so if you see price break this high, then came to retest it and close above after giving us our valid BOS. So that signified to me that this is a high probability area to buy from, which means price is going to come back down and buy up massively. So what did I do? I measure my areas. So if you are trading the 360 Pro strategy, you know we don't use order block. We do not use last year candle, we don't use those things. So what I'll just do, or what I did, I mark from this low to this high. Then if you check the playlist that I released about my strategy, you should buy from the 50% of the areas. Alright, so let me show you an example of areas. So this box you are seeing right here are areas. Here is one area. So here's another area. Alright, so this one is another area. This last one is another area. So I don't use the first two areas, which is this one and this one. I focus on the last two areas. So even if I want to, so whenever I spot a setup, I use this one first. If this doesn't work out, I'll use the second one. But if you check in this case, this first area after the 50% perfectly met up with the trend, like price went to the direction aggressively. Alright, so now how do I get the area? I don't just mark from this place. I don't just mark it like this. It's going to give me a very big, like, too much wide entry. Alright, so I don't just mark from that origin. So what I do is I use 50% to get a tight entry and a little bit of tight stop loss. Alright, so if you enter from the 50%, you see price immediately touched it and went to the direction. I just put my stop loss a little below just in case price wants to sweep any liquidity. So let's say, for example, if that did not work out, I would have used this 50% of this place as my second entry. If you check where you see the first one really worked. Alright, that was what made me take this trade, and I enter from the trade, though I close around this level. I close around this level right here. So this trade made me $44, 44.40 cents. Alright, $44.40, sorry. Then price broke structure again to the upside. You see price was moving in a clear uptrend. Then you see the next thing price did, it changed character. So this is going to be an MSS. So this is going to be an MSS. Then after price changed character, it did not retest. Alright, so it didn't retest this level. So let me just delete this, too small. Then this was the first low. Price did not retest. But in my rules, I said that if price did not retest this first, the recent low, check for the last low, which is this one. So if price did not retest this one too, it means we are not going to take the trade. And if you check when price broke out at this level, it gave a clear retest, which is this. It retested it and closed below, which means it is going to be a potential place for us to buy. So what's the next thing I did? I mark out my areas again from this high to this low. I mark out my areas, then I plan to use 50% of this place. But by the way, you see price went to the direction. But by the way, I did not take this trade because this trade happens to play out in like at night. So by that time 1, 2, so I don't trade by those times, so I did not bother to take the trade. I did not take it. I would have taken the trade had it been play in the daytime, like morning or afternoon or even the evening, but this happens to be at night, so I don't trade at night. So price came to the area, sold a little bit, then go back. Then it came to this overall region or the extreme. Then this one happens to play out in the morning. So I was able to take this one. And I know I sent the signal out, so I'll show you guys everything, even for this. So this is my community. We just have 8 members as of now. This group, we talk about forex trading and they are beginners, so I'm teaching them how to trade for free. Alright, so if you want to join them, you can join them now. I'm going to put a link in my bio. So this is the setup. Alright, so this is the setup. I said, who can remember what I said we should be doing an uptrend? Once XAUUSD gets to this level, I'm going to be buying. You see, I'm going to be waiting patiently for price to come back to my entry. Alright, so this is the before I enter for the trade. I set my setup for XAUUSD today. Alright, so this is the before, and let me show you guys. This was when the trade was on profit. So in this place, the trade was already in profit, and I closed at this level here. I made $44 from this trade. Alright, so this was when I sent it. So this is the proof. This is the proof right here. This is the $44, and it was on Marvin Profem account. Alright, so they are reacting for this. So this is the second trade. Like I said, it was early in the morning that I spotted this. It was already after 9. If you check the time that I sent it, it's already after 9, and this is the before. And this was when the trade was in profit. And if you check here, you see I was already up on, I think, $58 right here. So already up on $58. And this is when the trade was in profit, like a little bit of massive profit. Let me put it that way. Then, yeah, you can see this was where I closed. I showed them like later closed my trade here. So I made about $78.84. Alright, so was it 84? Okay, let me check. Yes, 84 cents. $48.84. The first one was, I think, $44.40. So that's for that. And total I made about $78 from the trade. Now you see that it's possible to make money from the forex market. So let's see how next week is going to play out. I'm still going to be making videos about that. So subscribe to this channel and turn the bell notifications so whenever I post, you'll be the first to see it. And also share for those that want to learn how to trade the forex market. Just go and watch the recent playlist I released about my strategy. So you're going to see everything there. Alright, peace out.